Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We're back with a new Magic the Gathering Arena Mythic Rank deck guide. It's Haste Aggro, utilizing haste creatures, taking advantage of the new Samut'S introduced from March of the Machines, The Aftermath. Within the video, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies of the deck, demonstrate this within our gameplay footage against the best decks and players in the world. We'll wrap up with our final thoughts of deck review, and of course, our pack opening. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It truly does help. Of course, you can also become a YouTube member to challenge me directly one-on-one every single Sunday during our YouTube Live. Thanks again, and let's take a look at the new Gruul deck. Here we are with Gruul Haste Aggro, a 60-card standard best-of-one build with a 2.2 average mana value. We have 20 creatures, 16 non-creatures, 24 land. You could make the argument that 24 land could be trimmed, but I like consistency. This deck is about hitting your 1 to 4 every single game. And thanks to those 24 lands, we can typically accomplish that. The deck is built around Samut'S, Vizier of Naktamun, 3 mana, 2 power, 3 toughness, first strike, vigilance, and haste. The stat lines here are absolutely ridiculous. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, if that creature entered the battlefield this turn, draw a card, right? So this is going to include itself as well as our other creatures. We've got the Rampaging Raptor, the Ulvenwald Oddity, Squee, Dubious Monarch, and the Goblin, as well as the Reckless Stormseeker, the Feldon, Ronom, Excavator, and the Phoenix Chick, as well as a surprise etching of Kumano on the backside of Face's Kakkazan, all with haste, which can easily trigger the Vizier's draw ability. And in all honesty, that's something that Gruul Aggro was missing a little bit of. Consistent draw, so you could power through into the mid-range and not, run out of steam because your opponent had some interaction. Alongside these haste attackers, we do have some nice interaction. Tyvar Stand, not only increasing our damage output through our non-blocked creatures with the draw, as well as our trample creatures, which can be blocked, don't care, as well as, like I said, that protection from their removal, very, very good. Strangle, removing, dealing damage 3 to planeswalker or creature. Abrade, dealing 3 damage to creature or destroying artifact. Warcrafting, 5 damage to creature, planeswalker, or battle. Look at the top X cards where X was the excess damage, and exile that card or one of them, and we get to play that until the end of the turn. So it's really nice to grab the land, making sure that we're hitting that 4th drop consistently. And then a little bit of additional value with Invasion of Ixalan, using this to find the Vizier. When it enters, reveal, look at the top 5, then reveal a permanent card from among them into our hand, rest in the bottom in a random order. And of course, this will transform into the Regisaur, another creature with trample that can gain indestructible whenever we cast a spell, which is actually pretty cool because we can put Tyvar Blessing on one creature, and then the Regisaur will also gain indestructible, which is really good for consistent damage output and survivability if there is like a depopulate or something. Of course, the Oddity has the ability to push all of our creatures up, +1/+1, give trample and haste, also increasing its own power and toughness for 7 mana. That's late game shenanigans. The Raptor also can dump mana in for 3, giving it an additional +2/+0. And when it does deal combat damage to a player, we're going to deal, that much damage to a planeswalker that they control or a battle that they protect, which is nice to flip the Invasion of Ixalan, which we typically don't go for unless it is with the Raptor. The Stormseeker is here. It can give +1 and haste to something, daybound, nightbound, +2, and trample into haste, which is really good. Just spreading the goodies around, if you will, and that can actually give the Regisaur haste. So now it can trigger Samut as well, potentially. You know, it's those little things that I want to make sure that we do go through. The faces Kakkazan 1 damage to opponent and planeswalker when it enters, and then your next creature gets +1/+1. It's really good on the Phoenix chick. It's really good on the Ronin. But where it is absolutely phenomenal is on the Visor, right? Because of that vigilance first strike. Now it's a super formidable attacker and a phenomenal defender. Hey, we like these things, right? So the deck is feeling really good. We've got all of the lands you'd want through the duels here, so it's really consistent. Maybe even too consistent. I'm sure maybe a Veil and a, maybe even just a Veil goes, I don't know. The Copper Gorge potentially as well. But, for now, we're winning a lot with it. And, if it's not broke, why fix it? There is, I think, the nice land total, like I said at the start, 24 lands, which makes having all of these dual lands not a negative impact. You're not getting stuck with a land that you can't play at the right time, right? Like you're not only getting a Gorge to play on turn 4, right? Because you have so many other lands in the deck as well. Same as the Rock Fail. You're not getting that on turn 1 as your only land a lot of the times, or turn 2 is your only land. Again, because there are so many other lands in the deck, the 24 is really consistent. Loving the build. The draw is here as well, and that's another thing that makes having the 24 lands not necessarily a bad thing, because we're going through our deck so quickly with the Visor, and Invasion can, sift through to find that. But it's all very, very good. You'll see within today's video. And after that, we do have that pack opening. I know I went on quite a ramble here. We're going to tear open the pack, discuss the sideboard guide as well, which is pretty cool. Been trying to work that into my videos here. And yeah, let's roll out. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all so much. Become a YouTube member, and let's play some Magic. All right, risking the biscuit. Keeping 7. Veil 1. Kumano 2 with a Phoenix. And then a 3rd land off the top. Let's be really careful with what we're saying here. Obviously, it's important. 3rd land off the top. Ooh, Thalia's very good. 3rd land off the top. And 4th land off the top too, right? I love how this is just strictly better than Thalia. I think all the big brains would play Thalia 2, Samut 3 though, in the Anaya deck. That first strike is dirty, dude. They're like, what do you mean Thalia doesn't block? And they get a draw. It wasn't the 4th land, but it does get us closer too. Don't you dare. Nice. Okay, we're defending. I take out the Initiate so it can't grow anymore. It also can't destroy enchantments. No land. Ugh, why do we even play this game? We can only push this up by 1. Which means no draw. Which means we're defending. Which means I should have played the Seeker and pushed up the Phoenix. It's fine. I mean, Tyvar's stand defensively, I think, is a good play. Or do we save it? No, it could be a Brutal Cathar. Let's save it. Or any other form, Soul Partition, Fateful Absence, Lay Down Arms, the list goes on and on. It could be something I don't like. Meteor Mash, what you got, bro? Recruitment officer, that's pretty good. I guess now I don't want to see Gobakon. I don't want to see Errant of Eos. Wow, that's a tough Adeline. It's all yours. Stand protects Samut. X equals 1. Our plan works out flawlessly. It's taking 1 damage. We do get the 4th land right on time. And it's your boy! We do have Vigilance here. And I think, you know, that combined with First Strike is good. Yes, we get a draw, and they are down to 5. I like it. I like it. Let's go. Not too shabby here whatsoever. You go first with a turn 1, turn 2 that we all know and love. Turn 3 is here as well. It's all right. We're not going to be able to flip it immediately, but... And because of that, we might just leave it. You know? Wait for a raptor or something. For 3 to 17. I guess probably looking for our 4th land. 3 damage to the Excavator. Maybe just like go for the throat or something as well. Oh! Oh, we can flip it even. But I don't want to cast my green source. Not before the attack anyways, right? I don't mind losing Feldon because we have a backup in hand. Rope is out! Get blasted. I mean, this is 5 damage. Basically a 3-turn clock, a little over 3. And we, because we won't be spending that mana on anything else, get a little extra damage out of the deal and hit for 7. Down to 9. Whoa. Is Tyvar's stand the truth? It's just what we should be playing on turn 3? Always? Question mark? And there's no way this isn't the play. They block etching and still take 6, or they're gonna 7, or they block Feldon, take 6, give us you know, pretty good. You're looking at the top 3 here, that's good advantage. I'll take the stand. I mean, we can Feldon from hand, stand for 1 for lethal. If they deal with the field, right? I don't mind taking down the Grixis deck. Right? Yeah, discard that Despair, baby. It's a lot to deal with. You know, with that 4 mana that they have access to this turn. I don't know if they have the 4th land. They should. I mean, they discarded for it. Double removal an option, and well, Doesn't look like they have it. So sorry, Mr. Grixis. We'll catch you next time. Alrighty then. This might be a perfect hand if we don't need removal. There's none here. And, ooh, yeah, it's going to be pretty important, I think. Kumano in. Excavator on 2. Samut on 3. I imagine they are doing the same. Oh, it's a Swift Spear. With a play with fire. Oh, another faces. Yikes. That is so much damage, bro. Goodness gracious. You know? Wow. This card is ridiculous. To get multiples out with a Swift Spear is very, very good. Impulse here as well. Nice. Third land? No. Still down to 10 already. Do we die next turn is going to be the big question. Or are we somehow able to race them successfully? I mean, we've got the cards to do it. They need to hit for lethal. I see 6, 8 damage. Could be 9, 10, 11, but I've got the first strike block. I think they went first as well. Interesting. We're going to have to double down on Samut to get it. And then they're hitting for 4, 6, 8, 2. Oh, that gets us for 1 extra to 1. Right? Do they have a land? They're blocking instead. Smart. To 5. We strangle and warcrafting. Well, I guess we warcraft first. Then we strangle, hit for 5 to 4. And they probably hit us for lethal. I prefer to kill that Swift Spear. And then just as long as we're not getting double blocked. Thinking, dude, it's a pretty close match. I mean, come on. Do you just have lethal here? Absolutely. And I believe this to be lethal. Got him! Top 600 mono red player is going to blame that on not finding their third land, I guarantee it. They almost had us, though. They put up a good fight, and that was a phenomenal match. Going first, nice land, no creatures though, right? So a little bit more than we'd like interaction-wise. Luckily, if we don't top deck evasion, we'll do it. Looking for a 3-drop, looking for a 4-drop. Yep. Just counterspells, right, for them? I mean, the stand's not going to protect us from counterspells, so we may as well get after it. My bad. Oh, they don't have anything. The Vigilance is really nice against the Wandering Emperor as well. Too many lands, too much interaction. Not good. 7 life? Are you kidding me? Bad matchup for us. And bad, like these strangles are worthless. We do get the draw, which is good. We like it. Save you for later. Oh my god. Brutal. White Sun incoming. Absolute. Oh, just another union. Gaining another 7 life. Wow, this is degen. Bro. Drawing a card, 2 creatures. Oh, it is a counterspell. I don't appreciate it. We get it. Interesting. I can cast a lot of spells too, you know. Dump in our hand here. I don't want to flip the battle because Farewell is going to hit as soon as we do, so. I mean, this should block the Excavator, I guess. Limit our draw. The nice thing about the Excavator is... it's going to give us the draw to exile if they block it, and if it hits them, it's also going to give us the draw, right? So it's good either way. And I think they know that, so they let us have it. Worried about a field wipe. They have gained like 20 life at least. 3 life in lands, 14 life. And then another 4. No, I don't think they got life with that, actually. That's 17 life. I mean, they're going to block at some point. I don't want to flip this until the first farewell hits. Or depopulate, right? It would have gotten it. We have a multicolored card we get to draw, which is nice. We have 6 mana, which is good as well. We are on the attack. And they tap out nice. That's cool. Double draw incoming. We're still in danger, but double draw. And this has to be combat damage to a player, yeah. So we're not attacking the battle until we get the Raptor. Which is going to be right here, obviously. We tried. Hi-yo! I mean, at least we're drawing cards. They gained 17 life. We would have had lethal already, but like we talked about, they already had gained 17 life, which is wild. First, I'm going to hit the battle. This gives us a card to play, which I really like. I'm fairly certain it has summoning sickness, though, right? That's not good. Land in play. We lose this creature, so just get that in play. Indestructible. They might remove it here. That indestructible is pretty good. Oh, they just counter your boy, limiting the damage we can do. And turn. 4 cards in hand. Probably just like the biggest draw you've ever seen. Right? This is 2 mana. Blast Zone could take it. That would, to me, be a sign of desperation. Oh. Wow, so even more life gain. That's brutal. What a dumb card. And by dumb, I mean that's so good. I can't believe it's beating us. Again, absolutely dumping our hand. But it's unsavory. You know, this is gross. They probably have another. 3 poison counters. Could just be straight up counterspell. Mind Splice, nice. What's that last card, do you think? Oh, you dog. You are a dog. So we're up to 6 poison counters regardless. What'd they top deck? Oddity out. Raptor out. Counterspell. Sure. You gotta go for it, because we lose the Excavator anyways. There's a good chance they just deal with our Oddity as well. Should have been blocking, but it's hard when you know they've got the removal. This is lethal for them anyways. Good game. But again, more interaction. We should have blocked a little bit more, but it's hard against control deck because then they can just not attack, continue to top deck third path. You know, it's not a winning game plan. You got to go for it. Hopefully you get lucky, right? Because to defend against control deck is 100% out of the question. Our opponent is going first. It's never great, but turn 1, turn 2 is here. Turn 3 has arisen, if you will. Kumano faces Kakkazan is active. Phoenix check in. An additional +1/+1 counter from Kumano's first Saga trigger. Second Saga trigger, sorry. First one's damage. Counter spell on the Phoenix. I don't like this. At all. I guess just take the draw. I can't block. Hopefully they don't have... It's a double draw too. I gotta take it. You know, we have the protection. They probably have Leyline Binding. But the double draw, I think, is going to be worth it. And then hopefully they don't deal with it and we can continue. With protection, you know? 4 cards left in hand. Invasion of Zendikar active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7. Stomper is now active as well. That's such a good playline. And lay down arms. Brutal. Brutal dead. And they flipped Invasion. Sick playline. Never seen that before. Not a fan here. At all. It's not a deck you want to wait against. We can double block. And then they declare blockers and we give indestructible to the first of the 2. Okay? Double block out. They're like, I'm going to kill the Stormseeker. And I say, well, no, you're not getting the Stormseeker. And then they can't kill Etching because they've already dealt too much damage to the Seeker. And then we get the kill. You guys know this. Oh, wow, that's good, though. Wow, that's good, though. 5 3/3s. Say it ain't so. It's too good, dude. We'll do the same thing to the Stomper. That's just too much damage, though. I doubt we're... Oh! Without that, we would have had 4, 8, 10, 12, 14 for lethal. Nice. Without blockers there, we did have lethal, which I still think is pretty good. Gruul Haste Aggro is out and about probably a tier 2 deck by all means. However, Vizier is really, really good, and that's in standard. I do honestly think that this card is going to be played in other formats. The draw is so nice, and the stat line is pretty decent as well. 2/3 first strike, vigilance, haste, like I mentioned, and it gets Gruul what it needed, a draw engine. Yes. So we absolutely love the deck. Unfortunately, there weren't too many other new cards within the Aftermath that we could include in this build. It is what it is. We do have a sideboard to talk about if you are interested in playing traditional best of 3. The Barrage, this is good against white and blue decks with creatures and planeswalkers. Otherwise, it's just dealing 1 damage. Nice because it can't be countered, right? Basically guaranteeing you removal on a planeswalker, which is really, really quite good. We have the Iconoclast. If there isn't anything for us to remove, they're playing, a deck that doesn't have any creatures, like the Strangles can come out now. Maybe they don't have artifacts either. The Abrade comes out. Nahiri potentially as well. That allows us to bring in more creatures, right? If we don't need to remove things, let's increase our creature base. If we need to remove artifacts and enchantments, the Maze Crusher is where we're going to here. It's also a pretty decent body. Adrax's Fall, really covering everything. Creatures with flying, enchantments, artifacts, and battles. So really looking if there's any battles that we can't stand and we don't want them to flip, because we can probably deal with them once they flip, but if we don't want the flip, this is a really good option. Of course, Adraxa can get dunked on as well. Invasion of Regatha, bringing this in if they have a creature with toughness 1, because then we get to dunk on that creature and deal 4 damage to their person. If we flips, it flips with the Raptor. Who cares? That's not what we're here for, but if it does, that's great. The Salvo, creatures with indestructible, decks with Shieldred in it, you know the deal. And then the Sandstalker Moloch against Dimir decks, black and blue decks. It has flash, so you're kind of getting around their interaction, right? Because they're trying to counter. You're forcing them to play on their turn, which is really cool. And then when it enters the battlefield, if they cast a blue or black spell this turn, look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a permanent card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in random order. I really like this. The fact that it has flash and results in a draw is absolutely phenomenal in that specific matchup, okay? So that is my sideboard guide. If you do have any suggestions, I'm fairly new to building these full-time for the community. Don't hold back. Let me know, and then I'll be better in the future. So with this being said, I appreciate you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel as I try not to shake my desk and open up this beautiful, beautiful March of the Machines set booster. Tearing into it, we have the Lord of the Rings set coming out soon. Super excited to open that box with you all. We got the collector box. We going for the 1 ring. You know what it is. Sorry, I know, so shaky. The Botanical Brawler, a freaking OP uncommon card. It is phenomenal. We have a full art forest. That's not too bad. Adrax's Fall, we were just kind of hanging out with that card a little bit on the sideboard. The Avenge, the Reigns, we got beat by that pretty good. Oracle of Tragedy. Oh, I love Mirror Shield Hoplite. This is a decent card. Blessed Guardian, don't care. I think Invasion of Kaladesh would be really good with Roko and all the food tokens that it makes. Those are artifacts, obviously, which would make that really nice. This is a mythic. Oh my gosh. Elena and Azor, 6 mana, 6/6, flying War 2. I know, I'm so shaky. And whenever it attacks, you may pay 3+X if you do draw X cards. And at the beginning of each end step, you may pay 4 life if you do create a number of 1/1 black vampire knight creature tokens with lifelink equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Whoa! I like that. Esper Vampire Knight Sphinx? That's pretty cool. That's all right. Oh, we picked up my favorite card of the set. It's the Sea Tyrants, Invasion of Segovia. This one is just too powerful. I cannot even say how cool it is just to convoke everything. You convoke things that make tokens, and then you convoke even more. This is a Shivian Branch Burner holographic, and of course our play card. That's not some bad loot. We got a mythic, a really, really good rare, and a decent art card here as well. So still lots of set boosters to go for March of the Machine. I wouldn't mind getting a box of the Aftermath as well. There's lots of cool cards in this set. And I've already ordered the Lord of the Rings set. So it should be here, I think it's like sometime in June, which is right around the corner. Oh my God, the days go by quick, right? So everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Have an absolute magical day. Like, comment, subscribe, YouTube membership. You know the drill. Share the channel. You know, when you're talking to people about Magic, hey, have you heard about Hello Good Game? That also helps a ton. And just have an absolute magical day. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon in the next.